We are done, guys. Nil, nada, done. I'm done. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am really excited. I'm doing a fun video called 10 baby names I love but won't be using. This video is actually a collaboration with my friend Chelsey from the channel the.eyresbrowns, and if you haven't seen Chelsey's channel, definitely go over and check it out after you've watched this video. I'll link her channel below. She is doing the same video, so she is doing 10 baby names that she loves but won't be using. I've really enjoyed getting to know Chelsey better through doing this collaboration. She's a really fun chick and she's just been so easy to work with, and I love watching her family vlogging channel. She's just a lot of fun, so definitely go and check out her channel. And if you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Mel. I make weekly videos and I do a lot of cleaning, organising, decluttering and mummy tip videos. So I'd love to have you click that red subscribe button below and join my YouTube family. I should probably say why I'm doing this video is I've got 2 children already. I've got a boy and a girl, and my husband and I have pretty much decided that we're not going to have any more children. I come from a family of 4 children. I'm the youngest of 4 and my husband is the youngest of 2. And I used to think I wanted 3 or 4 children, but as things have gone along, I realised that I'm quite happy with the 2 children I've got. Even my mum said to me, stop at 2. She said it's much more manageable from a financial perspective and just in terms of being able to spend time with your kids. And we don't have any family over here in Australia either. All of our family are back home in New Zealand, so not having any family support makes a real difference as well. But I'm sort of at the stage, I think you just know when you're done. I never say never, but at this stage we are not planning any more than 2 kids. Alright, let's get into the baby names. Okay, so these names are in no particular order. So the first boy name on my list is Timothy, or Tim for short. I really like this name, but one thing that was important for me, having lived on both sides of the Tasman Sea, both in New Zealand and Australia, was that I wanted our kids' names to sound the same, no matter which accent was pronouncing the word. So whether it was a Kiwi accent or an Aussie accent, I wanted the name to sound the same. And when it comes to eyes, they're pronounced very differently by Kiwis and Australians. So Timothy, the way I would speak it would be Timothy, but then Australians would pronounce it more like Timothy. So there's a real distinct difference in how the I's are pronounced. Yeah, so I just wanted it to sort of, I guess, sound universal, whether it was pronounced by our family back home or their friends in Australia, if you know what I mean. The first girl's name I've got on my list is Aniline, and I really love this name. I just love that it's more of an old-fashioned name, but it's also a unique sounding name as well. I like sort of more unique sounding names. I like things that are a bit different, and I absolutely loved Aniline, but my husband and I weren't too keen on the shortened version of Aniline, so we were thinking Addie, but then I know quite a few little girls whose nicknames are Maddie, and it was just kind of a bit close, and I didn't like the shortened version of it as much as I like the shortened version of other names. The second name on my list for boys is Oliver, or Ollie for short, and I really love this name, but we've already used it. My husband and I called our cat Oliver, Ollie for short, so there's no way that I could call a baby Ollie after having a cat called Ollie. The second girl's name on my list is Willow. I just love sort of naturey kind of names, so names like Willow and Autumn, but my husband was not so much into nature kind of names, but I like the name Willow. It's a little bit different and it sounds kind of, you know, whimsical and earthy, and yeah, I think it's lovely. The third boy's name on my list is Joshua, or Josh for short. I have always really loved this name, but it's also become quite a popular name as well as time's gone on. I've sort of wanted to stay away from more common or popular names and tried to buck the trend a little bit. The third girl's name on my list is Emerson. I really love this name, and I hadn't considered it until I was going to have my daughter. We actually found out that we were going to have a girl with our second baby. For the first baby, we didn't find out what the gender was. We wanted it to be a surprise. Emerson I like because it's a unisex name. I quite like unisex names for girls, but my husband prefers more kind of feminine names. He wanted something that was just totally feminine, so we didn't decide to go with that name. Number 4 on the boys list of names. This was actually my husband's favorite choice when we had our first baby. So we didn't find out what we were having, and we had a list of boys' names and a list of girls' names picked out, and my husband really loved the name Hudson, but it made me think of Hudson's Coffee, the coffee company in Australia. But also I remember at the time Guy Sebastian, the Australian singer, he had his son and he picked the name Hudson, and I remember saying to my husband at the time, oh well, Guy Sebastian's used the name Hudson, we couldn't possibly use that now. And I was just joking. My husband was like, oh, Guy Sebastian took that name first. We actually really love Guy Sebastian. He sang the cover song that we used for our wedding dance. Anyway, going off on a tangent. Also, I think Curtis Stone named his son Hudson soon afterwards, so in the end I think we were glad that we didn't use that name. The 4th girl's name on my list is Farrah, and this is, quite an unusual choice for me. And it's not because I really like Farrah Fawcett, but I remember hearing this name a few times recently. It's like it's come back into fashion, but it's not too popular, and I like it spelled with the 2 R's, not the 1 R, and I just thought it sounded like a really glamorous, sophisticated, beautiful name, but my husband didn't like it. So yeah, we had a hard time agreeing on names, guys, if you haven't noticed. But I think in the end we ended up with perfect names for our kids that we both love, and that's the important thing. So yeah, I just think the names that you land on are just like meant to be in the end. But yeah, my husband didn't like the name Farrah, but I still think it's a beautiful name. Number 5 on my list of boys' names. This was actually near the top of my list when we were having our son. My son's actual name was number 1 on my list, and I managed to convince my husband that it was the perfect name for him. But I guess coming in a close second was the name Maxwell or Max. I just really, I love Max as a shortened version, and I thought Maxwell was just really kind of, I don't know, it's like a real gentleman's name. I just think it's really good and like a really strong name. But yeah, my husband wasn't too keen on it. And also it is quite a popular name these days, and even when we were in the hospital and when my son was born, there were 2 other babies who were born around the same time as him that were called Max. And so I was kind of glad, because I didn't want my kids to be a child in a classroom where there was like heaps of other kids that had the same name as them. The last name on my list for girls' names was actually the number 1 name on my list of girls' names when I had my first child, and it is Piper. I just love the uniqueness of this name. It's probably not as unique anymore because it has become more popular, but I am a big fan of the series Charmed on television, and the 3 sisters, or 4 sisters. There was Prue, Piper, Phoebe and Paige, and I love all of those names actually, but yeah, particularly love Piper because it was a bit different. So if my son had been a girl, he definitely would have been Piper, because that was the girl's name that my husband and I had agreed on. However, we didn't use Piper for my second child because I just felt like that name belonged to my first child if my first child was a girl, and I wanted to call my second child something different. I was just gravitating towards a whole lot of different girls' names for my second child. I think, from my list of girls' names that I have for my firstborn, I think all the names that I had on my list the second time around were completely different. So yeah, I don't know, I think a name is just meant to be for a child. I don't know how, but I think it just works out that way. Alright guys, so there are my top 10 baby names that I love but won't be using because I'm not planning on having any more kids. Let me know in the comments below which of these names you liked, or if there's another name that is your favourite. I'd love to hear. Also, make sure you check out Chelsey's channel after you've watched this video. She is such a lovely person and her family vlogs are fantastic, so I will link that below so you can go and have a look. And if you're new to my channel, I love to have you subscribe and join my YouTube family, and let me know if you've come over from Chelsey's channel as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! We are done. Totally done. Yep. No deal. 10 baby names that I love, but one very important. Siren, someone really doesn't want me to film this video. Baby crying, sirens, lots of traffic going past. Yeah?